That's exactly it. So and how does it get you a job? Yeah, that's just it. Says exactly what you're about. Lets them know, an employer, know everything about you, right? Not everything about you. Know enough about you super quickly. It's not supposed to tell them everything, right? That's what a job interview is for. That's where you expand on it. The purpose of the resume is to get you an interview. Not just, most of the time, you don't just go straight, here's my resume to you're hired. Most of the time, there's at least a small interview portion involved, right? It's supposed to make them want to interview you to lead to a job. That's what the purpose of it is. So we know what it is, but my question for you is, and this is something that's been evolving these last couple of years, as you'll see a little bit later. I'll give you a couple examples, but what makes a good resume? So skills. Oh, sorry. I can't think at the moment. So, but before we even go into what makes a good resume, what goes on a resume? Steven's already said one, skills. What else goes on a resume? References. References, skills. What else? Cover letter. Ooh, that's a good one. We haven't gotten into that yet, but that's a really good one. Anything else? That's what makes a good resume, but specifically what goes on a resume right now. So we have skills, we have potential cover letter, references. Your progress in school. Your education, yeah. This is one big thing. Your job history, right? They want to know what jobs you've done before. If I'm applying for an engineering job and I don't have I don't have any engineering experience, they're going to be like, ooh. So it has your education, your your past work history, references, highlights some skills, stuff like that, for sure. Now, what makes a good resume? We know what goes on it, but if you have a stack of resumes this big, some of them are going to be good. Some of them are going to not be good. What do you think makes a good one? That's organized. Organization, huge. Yep. What else makes a good resume? We have organization. Stephen, what did you say earlier? You said something earlier. Skills. It was after skills. It was after skills. What else do we got? I know it's early in the morning, letting the coffee kick in. Organization, any other guesses? Sorry? How long do you think employers look at a resume? Again, you have a stack this big. They're busy people.
It's just, I'd say just simple and 5-page resume, just like maybe 1 page.
That's good. Yeah, it's short, it's simple, it's organized, it's clean. Employers are going to look at your resume, that thing that you spend hours on, they're going to look at it for 20 seconds. And they're going to make that decision. You're either going to go, you're either going to go in the bin, or you're going to go in the, I'm going to give this guy a call. You have 20 to 30 seconds, that's your impression. That's the difference between you getting a job interview and not getting one. 20 to 30 seconds. So yeah, it needs to be short, as Tim said. It needs to be organized, as Stephen and Austin were saying. It can't, you don't want it to have mistakes. And again, the whole point of the resume is it's giving the employer a good idea what you're about, what you know how to do, what you've done before, what your education and skills are. So you have 20 to 30 seconds to let them know that, hey, I'm an organized person and I'm the right person for this job and you should call me. 20 seconds, that's your sales pitch that you got. So we know what makes a good resume. What makes a bad resume? Kim, you just said it earlier. Long. That's can be bad for sure. Sometimes, so like if I were to apply for like a professor position, for example, Your resumes get up to 12 pages there, and that's what they want. But most of the time, they want short and sweet, 1 to 2 pages. What else makes a bad resume? Is it bullshit? Well, I'm gonna interpret that as you're like lying or embellishing, right? It's like I don't go on there and say, ooh, so sometimes.
The number is just to your friend.
Oh, you're talking about a rep. My God, I've had people do that. Happened to me last year. One of my friends. Sorry, he didn't even give me a warning. I just got told like, oh, are you so and so's coworker at this place? I'm like, yes. Don't do that. Or if you're gonna do it, at least give them a heads up. I didn't get a heads up. So here's a couple examples. What makes a bad one, right? I don't know what I was putting up there. I think I was putting length. Yeah, I don't know what the heck. Long. It's too long. Let's go with that. So it doesn't include unnecessary personal information, right? What do you need from me to call me for an interview? Not quite. Your information, right? Email, phone address. That's it. That's all you need. And your name, yes. You don't need like my middle name, my social insurance number. Normally it doesn't include a picture of yourself. You're gonna see there's some sample resumes that do have this. Sometimes they look good. You have to be really careful with it. Generally, it's a recommendation not to do it. Because like not only now are people judging you by like what you write on a resume, now they're judging you by how you look. So it usually weighs against you. It doesn't use like personal pronouns. So going back to that formal writing from English, it's not I managed a team of like 10 people. It's managed a team of 10 people. You get rid of those personal pronouns. It doesn't simply list your job duties. Mm-hmm. I would probably say don't put it on a resume. Save it for the interview, if anything. So you don't want to simply list job duties, right? If you worked as a baker, if you worked as a restaurant manager, or if you worked as like just, I don't know, like a sales associate, they can probably get a good idea what your job was based on that title, right? Like Austin, you were a baker. I could probably think like a couple things. Oh, you woke up early. Maybe you opened the store. You handled transactions with customers. You did the bacon at the right times, right temperatures, followed recipes, stuff like that. You don't need to tell me that. So you don't want to say, this is what I did in my job. You want to put some stuff that's really going to like promote your skills, promote like highlight some stuff. We'll see examples of that. You don't want to make like general statements. And you want to avoid hobbies or interests unless they're related to the position. Sometimes that can be a good thing. Like Austin, you're really into music. That's probably a good thing to put down. You can probably talk about that. Like, hey, yeah, I create and compose stuff. I'm really good with technology that way. You can sell that in an interview, right? The whole point of the interview is sell yourself. But if I go up there and I put, I'm into gaming. So if you put on your resume, I'm into gaming and partying, that's not going to go well, right? Unless it's some type of like gaming job for some reason. So super quick, we're going to go a little bit deeper into this, but these resumes are either going to, I took some snapshots of them. They're either going to be good. And if they're good, I want you to give me a thumbs up if you think they're good. If they're bad, I want you to just give me a thumbs down. We won't spend a whole lot of time on it. But if you think it's good, thumbs up. If you think it's bad, thumbs down. So I know it's going to be a little bit small, so you might have to join the Zoom link if you're unable to see. Okay, so thumbs up. Who thinks it's good? Austin, why do you think it's good? You don't know.
It says information.
Yeah, it's a good summary of information. Yeah. It looks like it's formatted okay. Now, Kim, I saw you go thumbs down. Why?
Well, server and a server, we can What is it, SURVER?
SUVER. So you're looking at the spelling, right? Yeah, responsible not for serving guests, for severing guests. So it's like talk like it's serious, right? A typo. Oh, the second one. Where's that one?
Server.
Like server.
Oh, yes, yeah. So bad spelling, right? Stay closed, severing, server.
Yeah, oh, I didn't see that.
Right, I mean, it kind of blends in, like, this would be probably a pretty good resume if you fix the spelling and stuff, that would probably be a pretty good part of it, yeah. All right. So thumbs up, thumbs down.
Huh?
Not AJ College.
No,
No.
you know who he is?
AJ College.
All right, so show of hands, who's thumbs down, who's thumbs up, just do a quick rotation of the wrist. Austin saying no, is anyone saying yes?
I don't know. Sideways?
Way sideways. So again, all these are going to have some nice things with them. Let's talk about, this would probably be a more thumbs down one. Why? Picture, that could be it, yeah. Or if you're going to use a picture, you know, maybe use like a more flattering one, not a black and white one with sunglasses.
The name.
The name specifically, you're probably looking at this stuff here, right? Yeah. Well, oh, you're thinking the ham? Well, no, he added some effects up there, right? That stuff on the top, that doesn't really do anything. So again, there's going to be some good elements, some not good elements. Not good elements here, usually the picture, usually that stuff at the top. Smoketown. Okay. I got a couple more here for you. So a couple more here for you. So thumbs up, thumbs down. I know we're all tired. It's Tuesday morning. You didn't even look at it.
That's a volunteer work.
So this is a sample one of a high school student, just for example. So who thinks thumbs up? Who thinks thumbs down? It's as big as I can make it. So this would be a good thumbs up example. Yeah, that's exactly it. So, you know, this is organized well. He's using bold and different colors well. There's no spelling mistakes. It's really clear, like what his name is, where his information is. And you know, you go to these job descriptions, he's a virtual math tutor. He didn't say, I signed in online and help people with their math. He gave some very specific information about what he did for that job and why he was good at it. I think I got two more. Thumbs up or thumbs down? I'll give you a hint, you don't have to actually read what they're saying in this one.
Don't have to read it.
So who thinks thumbs down?
He's got work experience. We'll give him the stuff.
Okay, so the information in the resume is good. What about the formatting of it? What about that text?
For typing, oh, the font.
The font, yeah.
I think it should just be regular,
Yeah, don't use a fancy font, just use something traditional, right? Yeah, that's exactly it. It's good information on there. It's just not a good font. I got one left. I think one left. Yes, one left. This is a hard one.
Oh, yeah.
You know, look at Mrs. K.
I don't know who Luke Evans is. Is he like a country singer? That sounds like a country singer name. Who? Oh, like the guy, oh, wait, the guy, like the guy who physically, like the live action or? Oh.
I don't know. But
Not quite relevant to what we're doing, but interesting factoid. So, who's giving this? This is the last one, last one. Everyone give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
I'm down, like 2017, 2012.
Oh, that's the education there. But you're right, you could say, you know, from May of 2012, 2017. Yeah, they got their masters in 2017 and their bachelors in 2012. Also, you're saying thumbs up? Okay.
Because it's organized, has all this information, yes, professional.
Yeah, it's organized, it has all the experience, it looks professional, really good contact details up there. Like those little icons, right? Those are a really good thing to do. I use those in mine, for example. The only real complaint here with this one is the format is a little bit off. Notice how this one's a little bit sideways, you know, they're bolding some stuff up here. That's really the only issue, is a bit of format. Like up top here, you know, there's a weird randomly in the middle of nowhere. So really good resume if they fix those three small things, right? Fix the formatting, fix the formatting, fix the formatting, perfect, done. So who here already has like a copy of their own resume? Not with you, of course, but like you have a paper copy somewhere, you have a digital copy somewhere.
Kind of.
Yeah, okay. Like everyone here, I'm pretty sure has like made probably several resumes. So we're not going to go too deep into it, but that's what the goal of today is we're going to be creating a resume, and then we're going to be working on a cover letter as Kim brought up, and then we're going to be doing some interview stuff as well. So this. So what I'm going to hand out here is, and don't print it over yet. So keep your face down. You don't need a pencil or you could use a pencil if you want. Use your eyes.
Do we flip it?
Yeah, don't look at
There you go.
Don't look at yet. So what I just handed out to you is a stack of resumes for someone who is applying for a retail manager or a store manager. So you know, they're the people who close the shop at like Dollarama or Canadian Tire at the end of the night, for example. They're the ones who do cash out. They're the ones who, you know, help make an employee's schedule. That's their job. So you now have a stack of resumes. I'm going to give you, you're a busy person, right? Most people don't go to work and then just sleep. They're busy. Normally there's more to do than the amount of time you get. So you're going to get 2 minutes to find a candidate. You can flip it over in 2 minutes. I want you to tell me it's the first one, it's the second one, it's the third one. So 2 minutes, flip that over, find one of the resumes. That's the guy who gets the job, or that guy or girl who gets the job. Sorry, right now. You got 2 minutes right now. I'm setting the timer. Sorry, you're gonna get 2 minutes and 30 seconds because I have to set up the timer. Those are all resumes.
Well, we have to pick one that gets the job.
You're picking one that gets the job. You got 2 minutes to do it. Because you're a busy person, you don't get a lot of time to look at it. For assistant store manager, that's what they're applying for.
regional manager? Oh.
Okay, pick your candidate. You got 10 seconds. Just put a little like dot or something beside it, or just remember which one it is. They're not numbered, so I'm going to quickly go scroll through them. So just raise your hand when it gets to your resume. So who gets the job? Is it this person? First one? No one's raising their hand. Moving on to the second resume. Is it this person, James Smith, who gets the job? You think James Smith? Okay. Is there Jeremy Reeves? Oh, there was a little red thing there. There's another Jeremy Reeves. Again, raise your hand if it gets to your person. There's this one here.
Yeah.
Okay, Austin's raising his hand.
Oh,
Oh, you're going on Lenny?
Not invited, so.
Not that one? Just one. This one? Yeah, because only one person gets the job, right? All right, there's Grace. Okay. I think that's it. Okay, so everyone picked a different one. Interesting. Interesting. Normally I have a little bit of consensus. That's kind of cool. So I don't want to actually go into every single resume. We don't have time for that, but when you're someone who's hiring someone, you normally have a bunch of resumes. You don't have a lot of time to pick it. So you're going through it pretty quickly. So how long do you think you spent on each resume there? Could feel like that sometimes. Was there anyone that you flipped, looked at it for like 3 seconds or less, and then flipped to the next one? Did anyone do that? Yeah. Which one did you guys do that on, out of curiosity? This one? Is that the one you did as well, Stephen? This one or the other one? Just because is it the blue one or both of them? Okay. Yeah, when you look at a resume, you only have a little bit of time. So what did you look for when you were looking at the resume though? Because you had 8 resumes, you had 2 minutes, you had like 15, 20 seconds per resume.
And simple.
How organized the work and the
Yeah. You probably did not read everything here line for line, right? You didn't read that they work as a part of strong management team that increased yearly sales. No, you looked really quickly at their experience, at their education, and you made sure that you can look at it, you could find information, right? You did not spend a lot of time on that. And this is what sucks about when you apply for a job. You might spend hours on your resume. They're looking at it for a couple of seconds. But you have to sell yourself in those couple of seconds. So we know we need to get something that's organized, big font in the right place. You're trying to draw their eyes at certain things, right? Has anyone ever seen those videos of like eye tracking software? Like where you're looking at a computer screen and it tells you that this is where the screener's eyes are right here, for example. There's lots of like funny videos. They'll put like girls in like bikinis or something on screen. And they're like, the guys are trying not to look at it. Like TikTok. Kinda. There's probably a couple TikTokers who do that. So when they do that type of stuff on people who are looking at resumes, they're tracking where their eyes go on the page. They're looking at their name, their education, the first job they have. Most of the time, those 3 things, they get 10, 20 seconds looking at those, they move on. So that's where you need to put your focus to, right? So when you notice how like experience, education, like the job title, it's bigger, it's bolder, it stands out more, there's space around it. Really easy to identify. Oh, there's the first job, right? Because you're trying to sell yourself to that person. You want to make it easier for them. If they like your resume, they're gonna maybe read it a little bit deeper next time. They're gonna call you in for an interview.
I got a question.
Yes.
Some interviews, over your resume, like, oh, yeah, you come in for an interview, but when they see you, you're like, yeah, I don't need.
You say that you don't want the job, or I didn't hear the last part.
The interview,
Mhm.
the interviewer.
Yeah.
Right, will be like, oh, you're tattooed, nobody wants a tattooed up baker.
Mhm.
Whatever.
So we'll get into that for sure. But yeah, so you go from a first impression, like, you know, you want a piece of paper to you're,
Or like, tattooed on the face or-
Mhm.
right?
yeah, I mean, that can be a turnoff for someone hiring someone, yeah.
You want somebody like that baking your bread? Or-
I mean, I want someone who's just gonna be clean and knows what they're doing for baking the bread, but some employers, yeah, that you're gonna, if you walk in with face tattoos, there's gonna be some jobs or some employers that are gonna be like, no.
Right.
Like, how many police officers do you see who are covered in face tattoos, for example? How many teachers do you see that are covered in face tattoos? Not a whole lot. It's not that it makes you a bad person, but it can make it really hard to get an interview, get a job sometimes. So your appearance can matter. Yeah. They want someone who's just, so that's why most people cover up their tattoos. Usually they'll take their piercings out.
Like for the interview, like. Clean shaving.
Mhm.
Okay. So you wear a suit.
Well, you don't always have to wear it. It's like, you know, if you're like, it depends on the job. You don't want to overdress, but yeah, you clean yourself up a little bit, right? You want to look presentable. Absolutely. You know, if you go in with like, you know, I don't know, sweatpants that haven't been washed, you know, after like 3 wears, you know, there's mustard on your shirt, you're not getting that job. So yeah, there's some etiquette around it, right? There's some unwritten rules. The other thing as well, don't have a weak handshake, have a good handshake if they shake your hand. Okay, so back to it here. So we've looked at some resumes. We have a decent idea now of what to look. So what's going to eventually happen here is you guys are going to make a resume, or you can edit your current one. That's fine too. I'll show you a couple of ways, like areas you could make that. Someone else in this room is going to look at your resume for 20 to 30 seconds. And you guys are going to be like keeping track of what you looked at. Because if that person hands in that resume to an actual employer, that's what they're going to look at. So you're going to be giving each other feedback on how to improve that once you do create it. So when you make a resume, we know what's in there, right? Who are you? Your personal information. What do you do for work? What's your education and training? Hey, yeah, you know, I will graduate with my grade 12 in May of 2013, for example. Showcase your skills. Yeah, I'm really into music. You know, I make my own music. I edit it. I DJ it. You know, maybe you're really good at like sewing, for example. Like that could be some like, potential skills there. You want to refer to any community experience or involvements, and you want to have references. That's a resume, right? When you make a resume, this is the general process of it. You gather your information, you find a place to write it in. Usually there's lots of like pre-made templates where it's just basically a fill in the blank. You transfer that information there, you get someone else to look at it. Like whether it's a friend, a family member, something, you refine it. They're like, hey, this needs to go. You know, you spelt server wrong. You're refining it, right? You're taking the feedback, you're making it better, you're improving it, and then you're going to submit it. And what we're actually going to do is, I will print off copies of this resume for you. I will give you several copies of it. You're going to email it to yourself so you have a copy of it. Yeah, okay, that's on everything. So
Which one is the best one out of these?
I mean, it depends on everyone's interpretation there. I mean, actually, what is my opinion, actually? Let me look. What is my opinion there?
The James Smith can speak 3 languages.
James Smith, the red.
Oh, yeah.
I'm either gonna go, oh, that's kind of tough. It's either the first one. It's either the first one or the last one, I think, for me. Probably the first one, just because it's more readable, legible. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the first one. But yeah, everyone's different. Everyone had a different opinion on what was the best one. Mhm. Sometimes you will have a. So I can print it out for you, or you can as well. I mean, but if it's double-sided, you normally want it to be double-sided, which our printer can't do. So yeah, good morning. So yeah, we've gone through, we've explored some of the options here. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna be taking the time to actually make ours. And so I need everyone to actually have their Chromebooks. I need everyone to have a tab open, whether it's Google, Internet Explorer. Actually, I don't think you guys have a choice. It is Google. So I just want everyone to head to a new tab. Yeah, just on the internet. And again, I'm going back to this website because it's a really good one. Oh, is Morgan still there? Can you hear me? I'll ask her in a second. So just like last time, I want everyone to head to, I want everyone to head to canva.com, canva.com. This is again, a really good tool. This is a tool. If you know how to use this, put that on a resume. It's used a whole lot by a whole lot of people. And luckily, this thing has lots of different resume templates. So once you've gone here, you've either logged into your account or you need to make a new one. If you need to make a new one, I'm just going to ask you to hold off on that for a second. And I just want your eyes up on here. So if you need to make one, just wait a minute. But I'm assuming everyone's at Canva right now. You can put a resume. You can just put resume in the search bar here, and there will be templates. And you can pick, again, everyone had a different preference for a type of resume. You can find a similar one. Maybe I like want to look for a free one, not the one without a little dollar symbol. Maybe I like this one. I can click on it. I can customize that template. And all of a sudden, I can start editing this with my information. No, I'm not Kate. I'm Matthew. So that's a really fast way. Again, you can spend hours on these. That can shorten it up. That's already pre-formatted for you. You have to do some adjustments, but that's a really good way to make some resumes. But that said, maybe you're like, I don't like Canva. Canva's dumb. I don't want to do that. I have good news for you. Microsoft Word has that same feature built into it. You can also do that in Microsoft Word. You can go new, you can go resumes. Oh, look at that. Bunch of resumes on there as well. So if you don't like that Canva, it's basically a glorified PowerPoint. You can do it on Microsoft Word as well. And same thing, there's templates if you want to use them. Maybe I like this one. It's going to download it. All of a sudden, I can start adjusting that. Or if you want, you can make one by hand. That's okay. So what I'm going to hand out is I'm going to hand out like a little bit of a worksheet. If you're struggling with what could I put down, this is something that could help you out with this. You do not need to do this. The thing I'm going to hand out, you don't need to do it if you don't want to. Because again, I think everyone here has made at least one resume, probably several. So I'll hand it out. If you want to use it, you can. I'd recommend at least give it a look through. Make sure you're not missing anything. You can even do brand new like one document. You did that. So what's going to end up happening with this is before you hand it in, you are going to be getting someone's feedback on it. So once you have made a resume, so again, you're going to figure out your information, find a template or make a blank one. You're going to put that in there. You're going to get someone else to look at it for 30 seconds, and they're going to tell you what you need to fix. And then you're going to be able to make those changes. You're going to be able to submit it then. I will print off copies for you.